quiet now. Okay, let's get this back underway. End turn. Okay, so I've got the transports on the way. 20 each. Not much to do here for the time being. I want to get that up to par as quickly as possible. I want to get it mainly doing research, but it's important that I defend it. Okay. You should probably consider getting your first defense base in place as well. Don't want it to take all game. That should do. That can just sit that way for now, I guess. Okay, so Vox has hit its industry cap. 60 people, 120 factories, nothing more can be done at this time. While this is showing on the screen, I can't actually adjust these. So nothing in industry at all. Minimum to keep you clean. Actually, I should get the population up here. If I set you to, say, about there. Can I get +2 pop? I can. Okay, great. After all, I can't use the factories if I don't have the people to staff them. Okay, that looks good. Entar probably just keep sitting on what they're sitting on. And Torinor looks good. Yeah, okay. Oh man, the anticipation. Okay, so there's my first Star Blazer. Great. Let's get you over Raiden. As a matter of fact, I can use this relock button to set up a relocation line between Vox and Raiden. Now shows us a sort of a dark blue, purple, indigo, whatever you want to call it, line between the two. So now when Vox builds a new ship, it will immediately travel over to Raiden. It will start that process immediately. 2 pop, please. Admittedly doing a bit of min-maxing here. Need every advantage I can get. I've already failed this game on stream twice. Sheesh. Okay. Vox. Nope. You still need exactly that much. Okay, then. One research point from there for whatever reason. I'm not going to complain. Ooh, computers. There's a chance of that coming in. Good to see that. All right, looks like one of those has arrived. Okay, great. Factories, please. Get this process properly started. Okay, do I want to change my investment to something else? I think I'm willing to put at least a little more in propulsion. Let's keep computers at 4%, though. There we go. Little bit min-maxing there. That looks good. Okay. Raiden's population. Alright, the other transport has arrived. We're at 47 people now. Let's try to get some terraforming going. But 2 factories a turn still, please. Be good. Vox has a base. Mentar now has a missile base. For the time being, let me empty that back out. Put it into eco. Repop a turn. Okay. You are at your population cap. Make sure you're at the minimum necessary to keep you clean. I don't know why I'm getting anything there. Let me put it elsewhere. There we go. That looks good. Get that next missile base going. Alright, just so that there's something on each planet. Some basic defenses. Okay, Vox has hit its pop cap and its factory cap. Now it's all ships, tech, and defense. Okay, so let's see. Minimum to keep you clean is here. Let's get more Star Blazers. How much to get one a turn? Ooh, okay. I like this. I like this a lot. Laid back with a beer, good to see you here. I'm gonna do that every time. I'm never gonna remember. Okay. Let's do this. Another GNN report. Census rankings of Empire populations. Okay. I am #1 at the moment. That bodes extremely well. Surprisingly, the Silicoid are 3rd. The Mershawn are in 2nd place. Interesting that the Darlocks are 5th. There's actually someone below them. This is interesting, but I suppose it bodes well. Okay, so there's a Star Blazer. Mentar has hit its population cap. I'll change ratios in a moment. How many factories do they have? They need 9 more. Okay. Let's get tech right at 100. Eco minimum necessary to keep it... Oh, I've got everything else locked. Minimum to keep it clean is here. Okay. That should actually max out its factories, and I am okay with that. Why does Torinor want to keep putting 1 point in tech? No, really. There we go. Put it in defense. Look at that. Ain't that better? Isn't that just so much more awesome? Okay. And you now have your first missile base. Okay, great. Let's reinvest in industry. Let's get your factories maxed out. Okay. Box. Small amount of research still. They are... Okay. Yeah, it's going to take 2 turns. Just had a bit more built up. Let's see. Minimum for it to still take 2 turns. It's here. Let's do that. Here's Raiden. Working on... Okay. Alright, it's looking good here. The Mershawn. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Yeah, there is that. There is, in fact, that, isn't there? Okay. Duralloy armor has kicked in. Which also boosts ground combat. If I find myself involved in that. Oh, and controlled dead environment kicked in at the same time. There's another planet I could try to colonize with that. Okay. Oh! Okay. So, next up for construction technology, reduce the cost of a factory to 7 BC has shown up, and that is definitely getting very tempting. Even more waste reduction. 60% of the normal rate. I'm generating 80% of the normal rate now, so that would actually be a further 25% reduction of the amount I'm spending right now. That would be really good. But I want this. The automated repair system allows ships to heal. There seem to be 2 general strategies when it comes to ship design in this game, maybe 3. Lots and lots of tiny ships, which end up dying off pretty quickly, but deal a crap ton of damage in a massive stack. Or very large ships that have a crap ton of hit points and recover each turn, so that they basically end up just not dying. And I seem to have more success with the latter. As the Cylons in particular, I have all these fantastic technologies, and I want to put them all on a ship. So I will be researching automated repair system now. And as for planetology... Oh, we got a wide variety here. Improved terraforming 20 is still there as the death spores. Improved terraforming plus 30 is here, which not only would be 20 million more than I already have, but the cost per million of the upgrade is also lower. So that would actually, even for a planet that hasn't already hit the first 10 extra, that would be a much cheaper boost. But this is the one that interests me right here, Enhanced Eco Restoration. That would do wonders for eliminating my waste. Let me show you. By default, the cost to eliminate waste, there is an actual number for this. The standard cost is 2 waste eliminated per BC that I spend. I believe that each factory generates 1 waste a turn when it's active. 1 BC is enough to clear away 2 waste, and I'm actually generating 20% less waste than I normally would, but what I do generate, that's the rate I clean it up. Yeah. Enhanced Eco Restoration, I eliminate 5 units of waste for each coin. This will cut my resource expenditure for reducing waste in half. In fact, it will be less than half I need to spend at that point. So, yeah, that's going to be a big one. That is one I'm going to want to invest in very actively. And construction is also looking good. Force field's kind of not impressing me at the moment. I can lower that. I would rather see that planetology tech come in. Yeah, I like this. I like this. Okay. Ooh, all right, so let's see. I can actually see the ships over Palladia. For Barracuda. Hey, man, the name of the new Plymouth Fastback is the Barracuda. I can't pronounce Barracuda. I'm making ships. I am making ships. Getting them over there. So that should be okay. Okay, I'm sort of alright with that. Okay. Alright, good. Let me wait one more turn. Reduction of the Star Blazer. Okay, Mentar has hit its factory cap. It has a base, I think at this point, minimum to keep you clean. Yes, I want to invest in tech here in Mentar. Eventually I'm going to want more bases, though. Probably more ships, too. But for now, I want more tech. Looks like you're going to hit your factory cap as well. Good. Actually, come to think of it. That's not what I want to see. Oh, well, yeah. The silicoids are listed here now. I could actually chat with them. Matter of fact, let me do this. Hail, glorious Emperor Zotmeister. I bear greetings from Geode, ruler of the silicoids. Oh, jeez. The puns. Well, two things of value that I can do here. There's several other options, but first I can try to form a trade agreement with them. The maximum number here is based on the smaller of our 2 economies, which is probably his. Let me see if he'll agree to this one. He will. A trade pact of 150 BC is acceptable. Okay, great. That's actually going to cost us both BC each turn to start. But the longer we keep that agreement active, it will be less and less of a minus. Eventually it will start turning a profit. If it remains in place long enough, that was actually what it will cap at, 150 a turn. That we're both basically getting out of thin air. And then the other thing I want to take a look at here is technological exchange. He has improved Industrial Tech 9 and I don't. What is he willing to accept and trade for it? The Gatling laser? You know what? I'm going to do that. I am actually going to do that. Because I'm going to have better than that soon. With my shields, it's actually not going to be all that strong against me. And, well, we seem to be doing okay with each other right now. And, well, the Darlocks, I really don't want to be friends with them. So, yeah, making good with the silicoid is probably a good investment at this point. I'm happy with that. And now I can build more factories at a lower cost. I'm fine with this. So, maybe there is a third thing I can do here, if it's friendly and... We seem to be getting along. Let's see if we can have a non-aggression pact. The Silicoids have considered your offer and rejected it. Oh, darn, that's unfortunate. But maybe over time, they'll change their mind. As the trade agreement goes, this will slowly creep up that way, and they may actually end up offering it to me, too. Now, there is one other thing I can do here. I can get a report on these guys. But, yeah, report is 64 years old. That's from the very beginning of the game. Here's their reset. They are an aggressive ecologist, apparently. This is what they started the game with. If I want an up-to-date report, I need to send a spy their way to see what they have. But this is correct. They apparently are already allied with the Darlocks. What? That's a little irritating. Alright, so I'm going to invest 10% of my planetary resources overall to try to get a spy going here on the Silicoids. And I should probably start investing on security, because I know that technologically I'm going to be ahead of the other players in fairly short order, though not yet. Not yet. I'm just going to... I can give my spies sort of a... command here, try to steal technologies from them, try to blow things up, or just lay low and give me updated reports. And that's what I want. I want to just get one spy, get an updated report, and then I want to get out of there. That's all I want to do there. Oh, there's actually one other thing on the screen that I forget to keep looking at, and that's the status button, which gives me some basic stats on my own race compared to the others that I have communication with. Fleet strength, unsurprisingly, a lot lower, but I am about to fix that. My population is greater, my tech is better. Planet-wise, definitely outnumbering them. My production is only slightly better than theirs, though, but I'm working on fixing that. Overall total power, by whatever metric the game uses, I am a little better off than they are. But not by much. Alright. Okay, so let's see. What are we gonna do? Oh, right. Because I just invested 10% of my global resources on spying there, I do need to adjust these to once again read clean. Actually took 2 clicks in the case of Mentar. Block that one. Okay. And in Raiden's case, well, yeah, they're doing terraforming. 3 factories a turn. Okay, 10% chance of Battle Computer Mark III kicking in. Please give me access to better robot controls once that comes in. Please. Alright, so Torinor is now maxed out on factories. Great. By default, it has shunted everything into tech, and at the time, that is what I want. Happy to see that. Okay, I've got 2 plants going full tech right now. Got another one still making a decent amount of tech, but is otherwise cranking out ships for the defense of Raiden. There's 1 Star Blazer there, 2 more en route. 12% chance of the computer tech kicking in. I think what I would like to do, get these off of the bare minimum, but not by much. There we go. Let's lock you there. Let's even these out. Okay. That looks good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay. So, I've had a couple of planets max things out. Surplus credits get sent to a planetary reserve when that happens. If I click this planets button, this is like the equivalent of the equivalency of the city status window, call to power, other Civ games and whatnot. Decidedly less useful here than it is in those games. Just due to the way that you don't have like build queues or whatnot for planets. You have all those sliders. So this is really only useful as an overview. There are a couple of other useful things to look at here. You can see some global spending costs. 10% being invested on my spy. Ship maintenance is currently taking almost 1% of my production, and about 1.8% is going into keeping those missile bases active. Trade, minus 422 BC a turn. It's still in the minus. And here we have the reserve. Beard Hat, good to see you here. Yes, this is not Conquer the Stars. This is not the new one from wargaming.net. This is the original Master of Orion, yes. Yes. This is my third attempt at this game on stream, but so far it's looking like this might be the one. Okay, so I've got 40 BC sitting here in reserve, and I can use this transfer button to send it off to one planet. I shall do so. I shall send it to Raiden, because they need to catch up. They, as much credit as they will generate on a turn, that's how much per turn they can use out of what I transfer to them. So basically for the turn, I just boosted their production by 40. Have a little extra to work with, get another chunk of factories going, perform a little bit faster. Okay, we should be good to go to the next turn now. All right, 2 Star Blazers sitting there. Fox will have another one in turn. We are playing as the Cylons. As perhaps evidenced by Mentor here. Yes, we are the Cylons. We are going pretty heavy into research at the moment. We found an artifacts world pretty much right in the center of the map, so this is going to be an interesting game. This is going to be a very interesting game. Okay, but I did just get that settled, so I need to get it up to par. Still building up the population in the factories. You can see there are very few there. Okay, let me check the races screen. It's been a little while. Yes, we do indeed have a spy there. Let's set that back down to none. I only wanted the report. That's it. Nothing else. Okay, report is current. Any tech showing in brown is one that I already have myself. I see that they do have some things I don't, like improved industrial tech 8. And Hyper-V rockets is a better missile weapon. Well, while I've got that spy sitting there, I may as well have it try to steal a tech. It'll probably just get the spy killed, but who knows? Maybe it could succeed, and I don't actually have a need for that spy at this point anyway. So, may as well try to go down that way. I didn't get a non-aggression pact with them anyway, but we do have that trade agreement active. It's getting there. It's getting useful. 4 BC still left here. Let me send that to Raiden. Okay. Next turn, please. All right, another Star Blazer. Ah! Mentor, his population cap. I think I failed to realize it was below that. Oh well. Well, they're good now. That would explain how I ended up with something in the reserve, at least. Research. You have a base, right? Yes. Okay, they all have a base. Raiden does not have a base yet, but it does have Star Blazers coming in to hopefully deter enemy incursions. At this point, I don't think I need to have the scouts sitting here. They can start seeing what else is around. So let's take a peek there and here. See what's sitting there. 5 factories a turn. 53. I don't want to get that terraforming done. invest a little bit more in that. Okay. Alright, so Raiden's terraforming is done. We're actually getting Pop Plus now. Okay. Good to see. Fox, yeah, keep making those ships. Just keep cranking them out until I have the tech for a better one. I think I'd want you to just keep building those. Okay. As a matter of fact, I've got 2 planets going full tech right now. I think I can have Vox. Whoa, there we go. Just, yeah, not have to worry about that. We'll just have them build straight up ships. Do I think I can get another planet colonized right now? I have to say it's very tempting. Very tempting to try to get another one going. Although this is kind of that is small and weak, but it is all the same another place I could stick people. Let's see how these 2 come out. Let's see what we find there. Alright, Battle Computer Mark III kicked in. Even better weapons. Really? Still no robotic controls. This is frustrating. Even better ECM jammers. I still don't have any. I could grab Mark III. Improved space scanner. You can see enemy ships from either Take 3 and action. With this, I can see enemy ships from further away, even further away. And I can even see where they are headed when they are in flight. I can get an even better battle computer. I don't have any ECM jammers at all yet. Maybe I should just grab the cheap one, get it over with, and maybe it'll give me something else to find. Ooh, another Inferno. Hostile environment, mineral rich. Seems to be a theme. And that is a none. No habitable planets at all. There's absolutely nothing you can do with that in this game. That is a complete blank. It will remain empty the entire game. Completely useless. You're a rich Inferno. It's tempting to get my planetology techs up to where I can settle an Inferno, but I know that's quite a ways away. I'm actually genuinely surprised that the Silicoid haven't landed there yet. That would be a huge thing for them to get. But, well, for now, a blank on both of those. Let's send you down here. I'm curious to see what's hiding there. It's tempting to leave something over this, just to deter others from landing there, but I think I would rather do some more scouting. How far away are you? 4 parsecs? I think I can spare 1 Star Blazer to scout that out. Send you that way. And, that one's still too far away. There is this one, though. That's too far away. Let's send 1 Star Blazer here. Take a peek at those. Try to figure out the lay of the land, as it were. Okay, you keep cranking out Star Blazers. You are both cranking out tech. +2 pop. Minimum for that. Rest in factories. I want to try to get you up to maximum production as quickly as I can, and then get you to tech. Double research there. This is... you gotta love it when you're playing as the Cylons and you find a research planet. That's great stuff. I'm actually already investing in planetology more than anything else. Bodes well. Construction. I have got to get more invested in computers. It's just not giving me what I want to see, unfortunately. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna leave it as it sits. Okay, another Star Blazer is done. Raiden has hit its population cap. Excellent. That's the minimum eco to keep it clean. I would rather crank out the factories first, get that maxed out, because more factories help you build more factories, the better scaling there. And then once they've hit the cap, then I will just dump it all in tech at that point. That, and I also want to get a missile base built here. That I should probably make happen sooner rather than later. There we go. Minimum to get it in 5 turns. That's only one base at each planet is not going to cut it. Eventually I'm going to want more, like 30. But for now, just one is a decent deterrent. Okay. It is a good start. Alright. The Star Blazer on the way. It's looking good. How many factories do you have now anyway? Oh, okay. You're going to need quite a few more. Alright. Ooh, toxic. Alright, so that's less than pretty. I think I can see why so few planets are colonized around here. But you would expect the silicoid to have visited more by now. It's pretty much a direct result of this. I've got extended fuel tanks. I can pick out a few more here with the actual scout ship anyway. Let's see. Computers. Yeah, very good chance of it coming in now. Another none. This is one of the strangest galaxies this game has ever given me. But I like this. I like this, though. It's an extra buffer. It's an extra buffer. It makes me wonder if there's something in the AI. It's like, oh, we found a none, and I'm not gonna... Maybe this is out of range for them. That might be part of it. That might be a big part of it. Huh. Oh, another freaking none. Well, let's just send you back to Raiden, then. No point in hanging around. Wow. The 2 stars adjacent to Raiden both have no planets at all. That one's... wow. Okay. This... Holy crap. It's almost like the game is taking pity on me after my my earlier failures. This is very generous. If I lose this campaign, then I might just cancel Warlord Wednesday. It might just be like, nope, sorry. Clearly, I'm not cut out for it anymore. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, they probably just can't reach it yet. It would be interesting if I managed to settle it before they do, but that's extremely unlikely. Inferno is way down there. If I, actually under the map. Well, it would actually be next compared to Dead, but it's still going to be very expensive. I suppose it is an option. And there are... I found 2 mineral riches that are Infernos. There's that one up there as well. It would certainly be well worth going for, if I get that. Of course, everybody would probably end up declaring war on me in fairly short order, because I have such a massive population. But it's a thing. Cue the space crystal! I know, right? I did say almost as if, but... I think it has been well established in my month's streaming that I very much have Bard's tongue. So who knows? Who knows? I am very capable of jinxing myself. We'll see what happens, I guess. But this is an extremely strong start. Extremely strong start. Okay, just a couple turns. ECM Jammer Mark 1 has shown up. Yeah, and I didn't invest all that much in here. Darn, I was hoping it would give me something new. Oh, well. I suppose technically Battle Computer Mark 2 is something new, huh? Alright then. Yeah, let's just pick that. Okay. Tundra, hostile. Not too impressive. Radiated. That's the bottom that you actually can still use. That is also hostile. Okay. Yep. Not terribly important. Ah, here we go. There's the colony ship. they are going to have that colonized before long. Unless... I wonder... Maybe... Just maybe... Could be interesting. Looks like it's pretty slow. That is a toxic. Ugh. Alright, so that's a scout ship, right? Okay. I get that one? Yes, I did. I probably can't. Oh, I can. That's probably some player's home world. I may as well see whose. Yeah, you're going pretty slow. I think I'm gonna get there before you do. Yeah, that colony ship I think is going to be deterred. I think I'm just going to try to squat there. That's the sort of thing that might decide a game. If he wants this one up here, he can have it. Yeah. You can go ahead and have that. I'm fine with that. You're not going to be able to produce much there anyway. I am okay with this. Orion's star can be a random color. Yes, you will not know in advance what color it's going to be. It could be, as far as I know, any of them. Well... It might be over here, for all I know. That would certainly explain why the Darlocks are so small. But I think more likely it's going to be probably one of these at this point. But I don't know. We'll see. Ellie Cat, yes! This is the original Master of Orion. Also, hello. Good to see you here. Okay. That's starting to pick up. It's sliding into the green. I don't want to mess with it, and I'm not going to get a better report. Unless I invest in another spy, and I don't want to do that. Raiden is going to have that defensive base next turn. Even at that investment. Okay. Fox still working on those Star Blazers. Get a nice tall stack of them going. 2 planets going full tech. Propulsion has a chance of kicking in. Force Fields has a chance of kicking in. This is starting to shape up. It's starting to look good. Okay, another Star Blazer. Yeah, I'm definitely getting there before he is, and I think 5 Star Blazers will be enough to deter that colony ship from trying to settle that planet. Oh, now if I can just get to where I can settle it myself. Okay. You. That's still out of range. Let's just get you back to Raiden. Gather the fleet once more. And, how many are there now? 2? Okay. Raiden... Oh, cancel that. Yes, Raiden now has its first missile base. Let's get back to factories here. Still less than half the factories I can possibly build there. Get that cranked up. Alright. I want... Planetology is a very high priority one. Computers, I know there's a really great computer tech in there somewhere. Hopefully it will give it to me sooner rather than later. Planetology is definitely one I want to invest in more than anything else right now. And I sort of already am, but... Because I'm getting actual... Oh, there we go. Even just one click away. Let's see. There we go. That looks to be a good balance. They were chances. None of them actually kicked in. Ooh, weapons even has a chance of coming in now. Great. Let's just actually leave things as they sit. The Meklar homeworld must be in that corner. They got some big ships! I can view the actual planet while I'm here. 110, 50, and they have 12 missile bases on their planet already. Hi, bye. Good to know. Good to know. Alright, so they should automatically be on their way back to Raiden, that being the closest. Yes, okay. Okay, great. Good, thought so. Alright, I do already have 5 Star Blazers present there in orbit. This is a scout ship heading back to Raiden. Yep, I got there before he did. So I should be able to keep him from settling that planet. Hopefully hold it for myself. Get planetology up to par here. Alright, good to see another weapon is going to be coming in. I could actually build a new ship to put that on. Replace the Star Blazer, essentially. Propulsion, ship system. Not ready to build larger ships yet. Once I get automated repair system, though, that can totally be a thing. I do already have Duralloy armor. Force fields, they still haven't given me anything to research other than deflector shields. Oh well. And this, they're just not giving me robotic controls, and it's frustrating. But I kind of don't want to lower that under the circumstances. Inna Leader, good to see you here. Glad you could stop by. Silicoids attack Cylons. Yes, that's what I thought. Go away. The weapon tech came in. The neutron pellet gun. Okay. Some more options available. The ion rifle. Ground combat weapon. Makes taking planets from others a little easier. Or defending my own. Mass Driver is an improved version of the neutron pellet gun. The minimum damage that a neutron pellet can... the maximum damage a neutron pellet gun can do is the minimum a mass driver can do. 5 to 8. And once again, deflector shields cut in half. Or Merculite missiles are available. I like to get better missile techs in this game because of the way planetary defenses work. That base that I've put on each of my planets, yeah, that's a missile base. Merculite missiles will make them a lot more effective, so I will go ahead and let that be the next thing I research in that department, and I don't want it to lag. I don't want it to be too slow. But right now, I don't want to lower anything else, so I'm going to leave things as they are sitting. You can go ahead and have the amount you are looking at right now. So you should be retreating now. I can't actually see your ETA, but I know you're headed elsewhere, probably back to Palladia. I think I'm just going to leave those ships there for now. I've got 6 built up here. Alright, that works out. So, let me go ahead and design a new ship. Let me clear this out. Is it possible for me to put... Yes, I can put a neutron pellet gun on a small ship. That will make it a lot cheaper. I like this. Give it an extra hit point with Duralloy armor. It won't take up any additional space. Oh, actually, I guess there's like a rounding error or something. It will. The amount that it actually adds to the cost is significant, given it's relatively cheap to begin with. I do want it to be able to hit something, though. Oh, I can't fit a Mark III on there? That's unfortunate. I can't fit a shield either, but that's okay. This is just basically supposed to be a gun in space. It doesn't really need to be well defended or anything. Okay, neutron pellet gun. I will call you a neutrino. Here we go. And yeah, build that. Now you're limited to 6 active designs at once. In order to get a new design active, I'm going to have to replace one of my old ones, and that will scrap all copies of that ship I have in space, although I do get some BCs back for them. I could just scrap the scouts and get the money for them, but I'm not going to bother with that. I am going to scrap this fighter, which I've just pretty much obsoleted anyway. I don't have any in space. That was one of the designs that they started me with. And now the neutrino is listed here. Armed with a neutron pellet gun, you may notice that it actually has decent beam and missile defense, better than the Star Blazer, despite my having not given it like a shield or better maneuverability or anything. That's simply because it's a smaller ship. It's just a harder target to hit. So it gets that natural advantage. But yeah, I didn't put a shield on it. This is essentially a gun in space. It's a weapon strapped to a hull. That's about it. It's only going to be valuable in volume. But that is what I intend to give it. As a matter of fact, I can build 7 neutrinos a turn at the same level of production out of Vox that was otherwise giving me 1 Star Blazer a turn. So it is definitely a crunchier ship, but that's a lot more damage per turn that it can deal out. So yeah, I'm going to start producing those instead. Not that I've got any ships here, but I can just set everything to read neutrino, because I can. There we go. Okay. You should be on your way back, yes. And you are on your way back, you're on your way back. Alright, things gathering around Raiden. I like this. This is good. Factory count, definitely picking up. Looking good. Muscle and fitness! Good to see you, Alan. It's been a while, I do believe. Good to see you here. I will preempt your question. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. I play space combat games. I've been playing them pretty poorly as of late, but I really like the way this run is going. This should go. This should work. Okay. Are we good? Yes. Okay. Ooh, those colony... Ah, okay. So the Silicoid have occupied Kalis. Very well, Kylus, I guess it would be, actually. And, small pop, but yeah, they're sending people over. Okay, so they're going to have a planet very, very close to mine, but it is ultra poor. It's never going to be a massive production deal. All the same, I should probably, while I'm thinking of it, get some more missile bases going. Let's see, minimum production to get one every 5 turns. Actually, if that's jumping from 5 to 7, then I probably want it one further click in. Okay, 4 neutrinos a turn still. I'm fine with that. Mentar, let's get you similarly a base every 5. Oh, wow. Okay. Or every 4. I figure I'll get up to 5 missile bases on each planet, and then I'll be okay for the time being. Same thing here. Ooh. Extra resources in there. 6, 5. Okay, there we go. That is appreciated, Alan. I greatly appreciate that. I am honored. This is not exactly the most action-packed game for me to be playing tonight, but hey, I do a different theme each night. I'll be playing Battle Maniacs tomorrow night if you want to see something a little more action-based. And For those of you who missed the announcement on my page there, I'm not going to be doing my usual requests on Free for All Friday. I'm going to make up for the fact that I was not playing Choice Chamber last week by playing all Choice Chamber. Friday night, I'm actually going to do all Choice Chamber. For the very first time, I'm actually going to put on my stream title that I am playing Choice Chamber. So random people who follow Choice Chamber might just suddenly show up in my stream. Hopefully that they don't troll me too much. I don't know. We'll see. I might not get anybody. I have no idea. But, yeah, it's usually because I'm doing it in the middle of some other night. I just leave it reading retro, but I'm actually going to change it to say Choice Chamber. I'm actually going to be reporting to Twitch that that's the game I'm playing. It'll be brave, I know, but we'll see. Yeah, play Lemmings. Troll Chamber. Yeah. That is definitely what it is. There's no doubt about that. I really need to properly learn Lemmings. I need to get the PC version of Lemmings installed, the really good one. I still have not gotten around to that. I need to make a note or something to make that happen. Have that available. Okay, are you, how you doing? Alright, you're getting there. More neutrinos. I'm going to be seeing that every turn. I'm glad for that. Ooh! Something tells me that that colony ship is on its way here. It's not alone this time. He has apparently released the Kraken. I know you're thinking of it. I know you're thinking of it. It's... Well, the scout is not going to be of much value. Let's get more Star Blazers present here, shall we? Let's give them a warm welcome. I do not want him to have that colony. I do not want him to have that colony at all. If he's willing to fight for it, then then we'll fight. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how that ship of his stands against my Gatling lasers. You made Guinness! Glad to hear that. For Donkey Kong or something else? Ugh. Arm's still a little sore for whatever reason. Feeling a little better, though. Ah, planetology. Want that so much. For Star Blazers over Voltron. It is for Donkey Kong, great. Glad to hear it. I have played Donkey Kong on stream once or twice. I am not very good at it. But then again, it's one of those things where, like, I say I'm not very good at chess. Sit me down against the average person at the chessboard and I'll probably dominate them. It's just that people who are good at Donkey Kong, much like people who are good at chess, are people who spend hours upon hours every day, if not weeks, practicing this thing. It's just... it's like, what it takes to be called good at Donkey Kong or chess is, like, way up there compared to just about, most other things of a gaming nature, so yeah. Yeah, exactly, right, yeah. Not very good at Sudoku, yeah. Whereas you are pretty close to best friends, I think, with Thomas Snyder. Yeah, so, yeah, when the person closest at hand to compare your own skill to is the world record holder, yeah, it's, yeah, exactly. The better you get, the better the people you compare yourself to. Yeah, that's, you seek bigger ponds, you find bigger fish, and you never actually see yourself as getting any better in scale. That is very, very true. Okay. Jeez. Alan, you are an amazing personality. Never change. All right, next turn. Numbers aren't changing unless I hit that button. The inertial stabilizer has shown up. I can make ships more maneuverable. Very good. I put that would be a very nice thing to install on a larger ship. Ooh, even better fuel cell ranges. Weird. Well. But I like this option. Better engines. For whatever reason, the Tier 2 engines never came up. So I guess I'll just have to go straight to the 3s. This will allow my ships to move faster, 3 parsecs a turn. 3 times as fast, and it'll allow me to have a higher maneuverability class if I turn that on. That is definitely the next propulsion tech I want. And that would actually be a fairly decent thing to have, but not as much as, say, that next weapon. Thank you for that follow. Greatly appreciate it. CTO Shea. If I didn't pronounce that the way you would prefer, just let me know. Thank you very much for that. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you enjoy your stay here. May it be yes, story time with Mr. Yes. my story time scene. Currently read music break, but yeah, I can change that to read story time. Yes. That was directly inspired by Muscle and Fitness. I give him credit for that. Things just not coming through that I want to see here. There is some luck as to what technologies the game lets you research in any particular playthrough. It will never be the full list. As a matter of fact, it's worse off for every race other than the Cylons. The Cylons are given more options as a racial bonus than any other player is. You can never be guaranteed that any one particular tech will show up. So it's kind of a hit or miss. All you can do is just keep climbing up and hope the ones that you want to see are there. Yep, you are definitely on your way here. And you're gonna have some opposition to that. It's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen. Yeah, uncreative is definitely an interesting thing in Master of Orion 2. It's a big minus. It lets you take some nice boosts or give you a score enhance there, but yeah, not being able to choose what tech you get from each tier definitely puts a lot of challenge in the game. A lot of challenge. Okay. Yeah, so to a certain extent in this game, all players are somewhat uncreative. Even the Cylons, although to a decidedly lesser extent than the other players. It is one of those things. Alright. Bulb even isn't full yet. Still investing small amounts in force fields. Still not interested in what's showing up there. They offer me a planetary shield, that would change that. Chance of automated repair system coming in. Come on, planetology. You've been at a double-digit percentage for a while now. All right. Take care, Alan. Catch you next time. Always a pleasure to see you here. Enhanced eco-restoration has shown up. Finally. Yes, minimum amount necessary to keep them clean. So happy for that. Interestingly, Inferno is not showing up, but Toxic and Radiated are. Radiated would be the most expensive of them, and there is a radiated planet out there. But Toxic is going to cost me decidedly fewer research points. Tempting to go for that instead. But then again, if I get controlled radiated environment, then I literally need no others. I can totally ignore the rest. Yeah, let's go ahead, go straight for that. I am fine with this. Raiden has hit its factory cap. Yes, the rest, please dump that into tech. Excellent. Artifacts planet, 410 research points a turn, cranking out there. That is a thing of beauty. All right. what I want to do now... Well, I definitely still want to get this colonized, and there's another one up here that's, yes, an Inferno Rich. Once I get those colonized, though, the next thing I'm going to want to research off of planetology is the best terraforming that I can get to increase the population maximum on each planet so that I can get more people here at Raiden, get a bigger artifacts boost. That's going to be good stuff. Rather than doing research at a rich world, I should take the resources that they generate and just dump them into the reserve, and then transport them over to Raiden. I'll get even more research points out of that. Of course, if I was going to have them build a ship, then I would want them to hold on to them and do the ship production themselves. But if what I want them to do is, if I have nothing better to do with it than just generate tech, I would actually rather have them empty it into the reserve, so I can dump it into Raiden. Do I have anything sitting in there? I got 13 credits. I can dump that into Raiden right now. And I am actually going to shift this off a little because I do want Raiden to start producing bases. Yes. Enough to get one every 5 years should suffice. How am I doing for bases on other planets? Has anyone got their second base yet? No? Okay, that's fine. Okay. Yeah. These ships will hopefully be enough. If they're not, then I'm just going to have to settle with the one that's up there, but it would be nice to be able to take both of these. I wonder where you're headed. Ah, you finally took the one down there. Okay. Had a feeling. Kind of surprised you didn't do that sooner. Reckon. You might be on your way here, too. I don't know. Where is that headed? Oh! You're headed, like, up here or something, aren't you? You're going to be all around. I do not want to find myself at war with you. I really don't. But if I am... that is the one colony I'm going to let you keep. I'll fight you for the rest of them. You can keep that one. This one would be better than that one out there. I would probably just let you keep both of those. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so how is this looking right now? I want to invest more in computers, but planetology is still very important. Did I make my font like the Mr. Saturn from Earthbound purposely? No. No, I did not. My font? I'm actually not sure what you mean by my font, actually. Do you mean the logo? If you're referring to my ambigram up there, that was actually that was pretty much hand-drawn. That I just kind of wrote that out and designed it. I should tidy that up a bit better. The more I look at it, the more I want to actually like curve in the top and the bottom of the E, make it look lowercase, and actually more like an E. It's a little too abstract. It's just 3 bars there. Yeah, no, it's entirely serendipitous. Yeah. In case you didn't actually realize this, it is a mirror image across the center line. I don't think you can see my mouse cursor that I'm moving over it right now, but yeah, ZOTMEISTER. Yeah, you could put a mirror down at the halfway point over the center of the E, and it will look the same as it does here. The tactician ambigram that I am not allowing myself to use anymore, it needs to be redrawn anyway. It's really hard to see the last I in it. But that's actually rotational symmetry. If you took the image, rotated it upside down, 180 degrees, it would look exactly the same. Yeah, so I seem to have a talent for creating these, although I've spent very little time actually doing so. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I do like it, but it could use a little bit of tweaking. The tactician one in particular could use quite a bit. I promised Jezendar some time ago that I would make him one, and I never did finish that. I didn't really spend a lot of time on it. It would probably only take me like 10-15 minutes or so to get a good one. I should just get that done. Glad you like it. I'm no Scott Kim, but yeah. The design for this took me literally 5 minutes. The design for that Zotmeister logo, I had that in 5 minutes. And I think like the first minute and a half of it was me trying to do one that was 180-degree rotation, and I realized, wait a minute, a mirror image would be so much easier. Let me do that instead. It did not take me long at all. Okay, so looks like we're about to have a space battle next turn. Where we're actually going to be moving ships around and fighting, unless he decides to retreat. Okay, you've got your first missile base. Glad to see that. You've got 2 now. You should probably all have 2 now. You're going to take another turn. That's fine. Okay, come on. Come on, Tex. Work with me here. Alright. He is not retreating, and I do not have a scanner present. Somehow, I'm not too concerned about the colony ship, although it wouldn't surprise me if he put a laser on it. The Kraken is probably going to be the actual issue, so, he has apparently changed his mind! I guess he was just posturing. Okay, then! I guess I can, keep that unoccupied for the time being. Battle Computer Mark II has limped across, and the automated repair system is finally available. Okay. Absolutely nothing new on the list to take its place. Well, screw it. Improved space scanner then, please. And in construction technology, still... Ugh. Okay, actually, yeah, this isn't so bad. I have improved Industrial Tech 9 right now. Down to well, the thing is, I don't have any factories to build right now until I get the better planetology and start another colony up. I could go reduced industrial waste, or I could get the next armor tier. That is a sizable jump, isn't it? Yeah, let's go for that. Let's go for Zortrium armor. Okay. No, excuse me, it's Zortium armor, isn't it? Yes. There is a difference in this game between Zortium and Zortrium, if I recall correctly. I might be mistaken. Might be thinking of something else. Alright. Still want to go big on planetology. I'm at this point willing to lower construction a bit to get that up. Let's put 2 clicks in on that. Computers at this point... I have got to get something better there. So I actually want to bump that up a bit. Propulsion would be kind of nice, but not strictly necessary. But it should be higher than it is. And then weapons. Let's do the Merculite missiles. Very convenient, but I don't quite need them. Not quite. So I'm okay with this. I'm alright with it. As it sits right now. Okay. Alright, so they're leaving. Of course, they're probably going to come back with even more. Let me get the rest of these Star Blazers down there in anticipation of that. And I guess the neutrinos that are... No, they can stay. They can wait. They can wait. Probably headed there as opposed to here. We'll see. We will see. Or population, they've grown a bit, but the colony transports still haven't gotten there yet. That's another thing that your best engine technology affects, is how fast your transports are. They move at that speed, so it is a good thing to get that upgraded. The new engines would be really nice. At this point, I'm just kind of sitting around waiting for tech, but I am building up a ship fleet here. So if something nasty happens, I can hopefully do something about it. Looks like the silicoids are way over there now, too. Yeah, I guess they just needed to get their range up, and they finally did so. Okay, come on. Give me something. There's, well, class 3 deflector shields, at least. If once I do get a larger ship built, that'll be a useful thing. What? It has only ever given me a single force field technology to research. And it's just been the next incremental deflector shield. What is going on here? That is insane. It's the only bad thing that's really been happening this game, is that has that's been sitting there. I don't think I care about that, like, at all. But I don't want to leave it empty. I don't want to leave anything empty. I'll leave it on 2 clicks. Come on, planetology. Yeah, that's I just, for whatever reason, that field is just not working out for me today. For whatever reason. Oh well. Another GNN report. A violent quake hit the colony on... Oh, for the love of sanity. I just finished saying that it was the only bad luck I had going. I jinxed myself. Didn't even realize it. That's the artifact planet. I just lost 15 million people and 84 factories to a totally random event. Completely and utterly random. Well, +1 pop and factories, please. Damn it. Ugh! That is frustrating. That is very frustrating. Alright, let's get them built back up again. +1 pop, please. Ugh. That was unfortunate. That was very unfortunate. Whoa! We have Darlock activity. 2 colony ships? What? I don't even know anymore. Okay, yep. Oh no, they went all the way up there. Okay. That could be a problem. If I end up against the Silicoid on the offensive or defense, if I end up at war with the Silicoid, this is where I need to hit them. First and foremost, that needs to go, because that planet is doubly valuable. That is a problem. Just by the sheer population growth that we have going, once the galactic elections occur, they haven't yet. Once they do, and it's probably just a matter of time at this point, it's probably going to be between the Silicoid and I, at least to start. And that is going to result in some hostilities between us, almost certainly. It's probably going to be unavoidable. Coronor is up to 4 bases, and given that Nordia has just been occupied, I don't think I want to stop at 5. I think I might actually want to go up to like 10. But Raiden right now needs to rebuild more than anything else. Oh really? Really? Wow, that's a cheap +1 pop. Okay. Yep. Glad I'm getting tech from other places. The Silicoid Empire now spans 6 star systems, outstripping all the other races. Of course, I happen to know that a lot of them are really small, but still. It's kind of annoying. I'm beginning to feel a little flanked. This is a little unpleasant. Okay. Trying to get Raiden back up to par. I can get research going here again. Yeah, I don't mind that. That can stay there. Okay. This is what it is. I've got to get the You know what? I'm probably going to stop at 5 missile bases, concentrate more on tech in order to try to get the Merculite missiles technology secured. And hopefully force fields will wake up and give me a freaking planetary shield. And then once I have that, then I would want to get up to at least 10 missile bases on each planet, plus the shield. And hopefully that will be sufficient defenses for the time being. Let me check on this real quick. I haven't had an audience with you guys in a while. We are now at relaxed. I'm researching better than that, but improved industrial tech 8, what would you want for that? Automated repair system or inertial stabilizer, huh? I'm almost okay with giving you automated repair system. It's not that important. Forget it. How about a non-aggression pact now, though? Oh, excellent. If you agree not to send ships to any of our colonies, the Silicoid people vow to not attack any of your ships. Okay. That should help. That's probably not going to last for long, but at least it's there. So that if he decides to go aggressive, it will work against him. Or perhaps buy me a little bit more time. Just not coming in. But I've got more important things to do. Well, at this point, actually... no, I do still have this one. I do still have that one. Still well worth it. Okay, planetology is still the big thing I want to go for right now. Come on, bulbs. Fill up. Here we go. The High Council is one of the two ways through which the game can be won. It takes enough players in contact with one another for and a certain portion of the galaxy to be populated before the elections start to take place. The other way to win the game is to wipe out every other player in the game. You become the galactic dictator. That does win you the game. Eliminating even a single player entirely is considered a genocide in this game because that's exactly what it is. There is no cohabitation. There's no controlling other races in this game. A planet is one race only. In combat, it's literally one population against another. You wipe them out completely in order to claim a colony for yourself. Because of this... Yeah, if you eliminate all of a player's planets, you have eliminated their entire species. Every other race in the game will hate you for this, and that does actually apply to the AI players as well, as was demonstrated in the last game that I played. Yes, but this is the friendlier way that you can win. Each player has a number of votes based on their population. The total amount of votes available among all players is shown as a total. Only the players with the top 2 populations can be voted for by anybody. Each race gets to cast their votes however they like for either potential candidate, or they can abstain. There is a serious diplomatic effect your votes. If you abstain, you will hurt your relationship with both other players. Although not nearly as much as you would hurt it by voting for someone's opponent. If you do vote for someone, that actually gives you a very nice boost to your relationship with that race. It's a 2/3 majority that is necessary. And I need to be more careful with my math this time. I think I've got the proper shortcut formula in my head now. It requires a 2/3 majority, fractions included. So basically, you'd need to round up. If there were 4 total votes out there, then you would need 3 to win. It rounds up; it does not round down. And if anybody gets that number of votes, well, then it's up to you to whether you accept that ruling. If you do, and it was you who got voted in, you win the game. If you decline, well, then if you do not if you accept the ruling and it was somebody else who won, then you've lost the game in a peaceful manner. You are exiled from the galaxy. You do lose, but yeah. If you ever decline the ruling, once a 2/3 majority does come up, every other race in the game allies against you. There's a war. It basically becomes a one-on-one battle where everybody else has become the other one. It is possible to still win the game that way, but yeah. I'm not going to be trying for that. I did actually lose the last game by miscounting a vote. Yes, that actually did happen. I had the rounding error incorrect in my head. I thought it would require one more than it did. Yeah, but I was barely holding on that game anyway. So I was like, all right, you know what? Fine. I accept the loss. Okay, myself and the Silicoids, who I figured the two nominated. And I always get to vote last. The Mershan have voted for the Silicoid. The Elkari have abstained. The Darlock have voted for the Silicoid. Meklar abstain. The Silicoid will, of course, vote for themselves. They have half the votes out there. 14 votes total is one shy of 15. That's a multiple of 3. It would require 10 votes to win. 10 votes. And I am good for 3. So if I were to vote for Geode, he would win. This would be a bad thing. I could vote for myself, but I wouldn't gain anything from that. I'm actually better off choosing to abstain at this time because it will hurt my relations with the Silicoid less. But it's interesting to note that my vote would have been enough to actually declare him the winner. I need some allies. I kind of don't have any because I'm not in contact with anybody else right now. Amiable, though. Even with that small hit, it's still not too bad. Still not too bad. Okay, so, Alright, at least that planetology bulb is almost full. I can hopefully stop waiting on that before long. 2 Krakens! At this point, my neutrinos are probably not going to get there in time. That's okay. We'll see what happens. I know he's going to fight for it. That's a sizable stack of neutrinos there. Okay, Raiden is still regaining lost population in factories. Man. Maybe +2 pop here? Get that back up. I want to max out population first and then factories so I don't have any odd mathy things happening there. 4 bases, 4 bases, 5 bases. Excellent. More tech, please. That's the minimum to keep you clean. Great. Okay. Any leftover production towards the building of another base will just sit there on the planet. It can't be used for a ship or industry or anything else. It will stay there next to defense, so to speak. The same thing happens with ship investment. Okay. This is still, right, okay. Still looking good. Bulb still not full. Whoa! Bomb the enemy planet? What? How did he colonize it under my ships? How does that work? How does that even work? How did we... Oh! Does the non-aggression... Oh! That's something I didn't even realize. I didn't realize the non-aggression pact worked that way. Damn, if I had known that, I wouldn't have even asked. Oh my word. So I just learned something new and extremely valuable about this game. Huh. Interesting. Well, that's not good. Well, I guess I'll send you guys back to Raiden. Normally what happens, and indeed what happened before, when the silicoid ships arrived at Kronos, there was a space battle between my ships and theirs, preventing him from colonizing the planet. Apparently, the non-aggression pact meant we didn't actually fight each other, and he was able to colonize it anyway. Sort of didn't realize that was going to be part of that. That was something I did not know. And now I do. And now that colony that I've been trying to reserve for myself, I pretty much just straight up gave to that other player without even knowing that would happen. Yeah, that's unfortunate. And now I'm basically researching controlled radiated environment for nothing. Unless I were to obliterate that colony entirely and then have to resettle it myself. Once the council does meet, it will continue to meet at a regular basis every so many turns. Unless and until it would actually successfully elect a leader. If you decline the ruling, then it will stop coming up. But yeah, we'll just keep getting into these votes. Alright, lots of abstaining to start with, okay. Darlock's still voting for Geode. Still only 3 votes for himself. And I still only have 3 votes. It will once again, out of 14 total votes, take 10 to win. At this point, I actually can vote for Geode. It will not be enough because of the way the Merchant abstained. So I can vote for him. That will improve our standings. And, yeah, you still won't win. Yeah, I guess there's no sort of neutral aggression. I did not see that coming at all. It makes perfect sense, but I wasn't even thinking in those terms in the slightest. But that's something I now know. I just wish I had known that a little sooner. I would have not done that. Because I know we're not going to stay friendly. As he's the next largest player out there, it's just not going to happen. There will be aggression between us. It will happen. No doubt about that. Okay, so Raiden has hit its population maximum again. And let's get those factories maxed out again as well. Yeah, that has jumped up significantly. We're in calm status now. I wonder if I can get that. Actually, how is that tech? Not tech. How is that trade going? It's in the plus now. Let me see if I can get that upgraded. Audience with him. Maybe he can give me some better tech exchanges offered as well. Nope, same things. Don't care. Only a small increase. Probably not worth lowering it back down again. Oh well. Well, we can stay friendly. It's just that, yeah, that's bad. 2 rich worlds, and he's taken them both. This is a problem. I do still have that artifacts world, though. Hopefully I can make the most of that. Planetology kicking in. Controlled radiated environment. Alright. At least it's there now. I said I wanted better improved terraforming. That's probably the best bet, but there are some other options. Cloning increases the rate at which you can get more population. If you invest extra credits in eco, that +1 pop, +2 pop. Yeah, cloning allows you to do that a lot faster. Cute. Atmospheric terraforming will take any planet that's barren or worse and change its environment to minimal, which will eliminate that hostile penalty that it has on it. Population growth cut in half. That will make that go away. One-time cost of 200 BC to do that. And then we have advanced eco-restoration. Eliminates 10 units of industrial waste for a cost of 1 BC. That will cut in half the amount of resources I'm currently spending to reduce waste, but this is the better option for me right now. I do not want to slow down my research in that field at all. I very much want that next. Okay, Raiden has hit its cap there. I do want mostly tech, but enough to get a defense base every 5 turns. That should be enough. Actually, you know what? Let me put it up 1 extra. Okay, there we go. Man, the silicoid usually do have this sort of expansion everywhere, but sooner than this. I at least have the advantage that they were slower than they usually are. But yeah, I'm more than a little concerned here. All right, better propulsion tech coming in. Getting 850 research points a turn. Sounds like a good number. Almost certainly better than anybody else is doing. I haven't had any reports of spies coming in yet, but then again, I also feel like I haven't gotten anything absolutely devastating among what I've researched yet anyway. Chance of computers kicking in. Happy to see that. And propulsion is showing up as well. Come on. Come on, give me the good stuff. Improved space scanner. There's a computer breakthrough. Be able to see enemy maneuvering from further away and see where they're going. Yeah. Yep, it skipped me past 3, alright. Offering me improved robotic controls 4. Okay. This will double the amount of factories that I can have and operate. Double. There should have been a much cheaper tech to allow me to boost what I have now by 50%. That never showed up. It's just not giving it to me. But this would have obsoleted that one. This will give me double. I do have to pay a refit cost on the factories I have, but this will allow me to then have even more beyond that. This is something I'm going to want as soon as possible, and once I have it, I am going to want to start investing in anti-spying measures to make sure that I don't lose it, because this is going to be an extremely important, decisive technology. Because that is going to affect my resources significantly in pretty much every aspect, I want to invest in that very heavily. It's probably even more important than planetology right now, to be completely honest. But I still want them both up a lot. I think I will do that with it. Propulsion is already at a roll. Let me put it, say, about there, and invest more into computers. Yeah, I think the RNG is designed in such a way that if it causes you to skip one at some point, it will give you the next one. I think that's the way it's laid out. Of course, it might end up forcing you to skip the top one, but I might be mistaken. I think it's for each sort of series of technologies, only so many can be missing, but I might be mistaken on that. So, let's see. You're up to 3 bases now. You're actually up to... Okay, you were both up to 6. That's gonna be... That should be enough for now. these over. Empty out defense here, lock that away. Let's have you go all ships, actually. More neutrinos. I would seem to have another player here. Contact. Ah, the Mershan. Unsurprisingly, building up a significant fleet. That's kind of what they do. Mind you, my neutrinos are going to be a very scary thing to be up against at this point. I don't know. When it comes to the RNG in tech, I feel as though I know why it's there. I understand why they have that sort of mechanic into it. Makes a certain amount of sense. It tries to add some variability into the game. Myself, personally, though, I find I enjoy these games a lot more when I don't have to suffer any sort of random number generator when it comes to that sort of thing. So, yeah, I can understand it. I can play games with it, but I think I actually prefer it without it. But I can understand why some people would actually prefer to have it there. Science cop-out victory. In my experience, the science victories are usually the hardest. There's Master of Orion 2. There is still... You can only be researching one tech at a time. That's it. All of your research points will go towards that one tech. And you do have tech rolls, much like this. It's once again, you pay the base, and then there's a percentage chance. But there's no interest, there's no quartering. Instead, the research points just keep adding up towards that one tech, and you have that percentage chance of earning it based on how much more you've spent over the base. I guess I'll just have to... I have not played the new Master of Orion yet. I do have access to it. It was actually gifted to me by Skippy, but I have not actually played it yet. Well, let's see. Thorium armor. Okay, propulsion. The better engines would be nice, and then I might actually just shut off propulsion tech. I definitely need to see other things. That is perhaps the debate or the trade-off. I find the game is actually just more playable in the first place if I can just pick and choose what I want. I think there's enough replay value in just having a wide variety of technologies and strategies that can be developed. I don't think there needs to be RNG in the tech. My own personal belief is that is a bad idea. But I can understand why some people like it. But if I were to design my own game of this nature, there would be as little RNG as possible, preferably none whatsoever, in any aspect of the game. Absolutely any. It should be as pure strategic as possible. As purely strategic as Sublight drives have kicked in, and what takes their place? Oh, fusion drives. Slight improvement. Yeah, it's the level 4 engine. Better fuel cells, better range. I might get contact with somebody else. The warp dissipator. An odd little weapon you can put on a ship to try to slow them down. I don't care about any of these. I will just set this on Iridium. Level 8. And as advertised, just turn that off. Well, maybe one click off the bottom so it's not completely empty. But yeah, minimal. I don't really care. That can languish for now. I want to get one of these really good techs, but they're both little far away from that. Not even in map creation. Well, that's not during the play of the game. There should be... Actually, there are a lot of board games where the players actually sort of lay out the space map at the start. So I could actually do something of that nature. That would actually be really nice, really fun. If the players had a hand in how the galaxy looked at certain portions, I would actually really like that. That would be interesting. I don't care if it makes any game sense or whatever. That would be a fun thing. But yeah, I suppose when it comes to map generation, there is going to be... Well, it would be nice if there were certain things that you could rely upon. If things are... To have those sort of so-called god maps, or maps that are just totally screwed from the beginning, have less of those, that would be nice. And I think, like, user-created, pre-generated maps are a thing that are more valuable than people seem to give them credit for. But with that said, yeah, random map generation is an acceptable thing. Yeah, I might be able to have like an option somewhere in certain things. It could be like a flag that you could turn on and off, let random things happen or no. And of course, Master of Orion 2 does have the racial pick lucky, which means that negative random events never occur to you, and good random events are twice as likely to happen. You could actually make that part of the game, but I don't know. We'll see. So eventually I would like to be able to get back into game programming, but I've got so many other things on my plate. and none of them are actually making me money at the time, so I'm just trying to concentrate on what will hopefully give me something that'll allow me to work on other things. Okay. This is looking to be a sizable clicking through turns portion right now. Let me get you up to 5 bases so I remember. Weapons could kick in. I'm probably going to call it relatively soon. It is after 1:30. I do apologize that it has ended up being relatively short on the grand scale of things. But yeah, I had some nasty issues at the start here. What just happened? Whoa! Wait, what? Are you Did the game seriously put the Darlock and Alkari homeworlds adjacent to each other? Seriously? Wow. They've had nothing better to do than construct this massive fleet. Wow, they've just been sitting on one planet. They are scouting with large ships. Holy cow. Ah, Duke, good to see you here. But, yeah, I was actually just about to call it, or at least once Raiden gets up to 5 bases, but that's a heck of a bombshell. Holy cow. Ah, the Merculite missiles have shown up. Excellent. I'm going to want to upgrade the bases that I have to the better missiles. Lots of options available here. The Graviton Beam is a weird one. Very high variance weapon, 1 to 15 damage, but it has a built-in streaming effect, making it a little more useful against large stacks of smaller ships. Surplus damage that the Graviton Beam would deal to one ship will actually get inflicted to the next one on the stack. A single shot of a Graviton Beam can kill multiple ships. That can actually make it quite useful under the circumstances. The hard beam is yet again an upgrade to the mass driver. Once again, the minimum of the mass driver. No, I've got it backwards again. The maximum of the mass driver is the minimum of the hard beam. 8 to 12 points of damage. Half the effectiveness of deflector shields. Ah, but the fusion beam is here. Nice, solid, multi-purpose weapon. 4 times stronger than the original laser weapon. Also allows for a heavy mount, longer range, boosted damage. And in the, I don't know, I think I might actually be better off with the hard beam, all things considered. Yeah, let's chunk away at that. But that can be a long, slow thing. I'm not too concerned. I want that computer tech. So just one click in on that. Be all I need there. Oh, excuse me. Give me just a moment here. I'll just link out the camera here. I'll be just a moment. Sorry about this. All right, sorry about that. Ugh, I have a cough drop in my mouth now. I am number 6 on the Twin Galaxies Expert Skill Index, which is interesting given that I have not submitted anything to them in quite some time and have no plans to do so anytime soon. Number 9 on the Player Skill Index. Just after Martin Bedard, I feel like there should be a much larger gap there. Martin is amazing. Okay, where are you? Alright. I can see lots and lots of ships now. Lots of activity going. I don't know about this. I don't have any actual contact with these races, even though I can see a bit more about them now. Hopefully that can be fixed. The propulsion tech would actually fix that, increasing my fuel range. But I have much more important things to go for right now. Much more important. How about 5 turns instead of 6? I like that idea. Okay, you guys actually need to, because we have better missiles, actually need to start doing a bit of upgrading on the bases. Let me go ahead and get, you can work your way up to 10 bases, I think. 1 every 5 years should suffice, I figure. Yeah, okay. Oh, really? Just a single click? Alright then. So be it. I am okay with this. And here we've got, yeah, that can stay there. Alright, so just a few more turns, and I will, I'll call it there. In all honesty, there is something I really want to get to, because, Kaladesh dropped today for Magic Duels. and I've been looking forward to diving into that. Actually, I don't know if anyone is interested in staying up uber late. I'm probably going to be up a couple more hours anyway, playing that. Maybe I should just stream it. If you're interested in that, feel free to stick around. If not, you can head out. I'll probably go through the story mode, get through the what's the term I'm looking for? Get the starter box unlocked and see if I get anything for my new bit. Yeah, I know I'm gonna be doing it anyway, so I figured. All right, so this might actually end up being a sort of extended stream anyway, but I will call Warlord Wednesday to an official close. in probably 5 turns, just enough to get Raiden up to 5 bases. Yeah, don't feel compelled to stick around if you don't want to. That's fine. But if I'm going to play it, I may as well keep streaming it. I've been meaning to give it its own layout, because I'm playing it every day at this point, so I should give it something more. But yeah, I probably will end the stream for just a couple of minutes, but I'll start it right back up again pretty soon. All right. Those neutrinos just keep stacking up. I have over 180 of them sitting here. That bulb is starting to fill out. Improved robotic controls might be a really nice thing to get at the end of the session. Might have that in 2 turns. The probability is there. Ooh, I might get the planetology tech too. Okay, so Raiden now has 5 bases. You've got 6. I did kind of want to keep building. I think I want to go up to 10 at this point. Between that and the Merculite missiles, things should be reasonably well defended. I'm going to have to start investing in force fields. I need those planetary shields. I don't know why they're not showing up yet. Game's being a real nuisance when it comes to the force field techs for whatever reason. Just forcing me to research those. Those actually do help the missile bases, by the way. Missile bases have deflector shields. Whatever my strongest ship shield is, they co-opt that. Okay, yeah, that's decidedly slower than I would have. Yeah, that was more like what I figured it would be. Okay. There we go. Let me check this. 10% of my resources are going towards ship costs at this point. Here we go. 1 little reserve dump into Raiden. It's at exactly 200. Let's see if we get a tech right now. Darn. Alright, at this point, I'm going to get a new tech. It's gonna happen. I want to end on a new tech. Come on. There we go. Okay. Improved robotic controls 4. I can now have double the factories. Yes, do that. I want more factories. All battle computers and ECM jammers! Whatever. Let me just grab the cheapest one here. Move it on to something else. And I am going to shunt this over. Minimal investment. Minimal investment. Nothing but planetology. Let's... yes, refit on all of these planets here. Try to get more factories. More better factories. Okay, and I am now going to save this off. The game will be resumed next week at same time. Well, hopefully not the same time. Hopefully an hour earlier because of how late I ended up starting this time around. I am going to continue streaming. I will stop the stream, but I'll have it fired back up again with a bit of magic duels. I've been looking forward to this. But if you are not sticking around, take care. Enjoy yourselves. Never forget to play. I will catch you next time.